Hi, this is Mike Maloney, and a few weeks ago I did a video about the law that mandates a stock market crash. And I got a lot of flack from people on that in the comments. Some people saying it was untrue and misleading, another one saying that you could actually repurchase the assets that you have to sell in your IRA through a 1031 exchange in your private brokerage account. Those things may be true, but it doesn't matter. This is still a law that says that more people have to sell stocks than buy stocks because the people that are invested in the stock market in their IRAs don't have a big passive income each month in their retirement. So when they sell, most of them, the vast majority, are going to be living off of the proceeds, and they have to pay taxes on those proceeds. So even if you were going to do a 1031 exchange, you have to sell your assets within your IRA, distribute the cash into a private account, and then repurchase the same asset, but you don't have as much cash anymore because you had to pay taxes out of it. So you'd be repurchasing less shares. But that's not going to happen with most of the retirees. They're going to be taking it as a distribution. One person was saying it's just a distribution. It isn't a sale of assets, it's a distribution. Well, anytime you take currency out of your IRA account and put it into a private account, that is called an IRA distribution. So yes, it's a distribution, but they still had to sell to make that distribution. But here's the thing, none of it matters. It's just part of demographics. It's the baby boom generation. Now, this is a piece of a presentation that I did a few years ago, and it's in episodes 6 and 7 of Hidden Secrets of Money, and it's all about the baby boomers and the age demographics of the United States. So these are the age demographics. You've got ages 0 through 5 here, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, 15 through 20, and so on, and then their effect that they have on the economy. Children do not work, they do not pay taxes, and therefore they are not contributing to the economy. Economically, they're a net loss to society. Then people move into working age, but when people are young, a lot of people leave school, they get a low-paying job, they might be splitting an apartment with several roommates, and then as they gain more experience and become more valuable workers, they get paid more and they start paying more taxes, and there comes a time where they become a net positive to society. Then at age 45 to 55, we get into what is called the maximum spending demographic. This is where people are living in the biggest houses of their lifetimes. They've got kids, they've got a 4-bedroom house, and they're purchasing the most cars of their lifetimes, and then they're purchasing cars for their kids and sending them off to college and stuff. And they spend a lot into society. Then, once all the kids leave home, they move into what I call the maximum savings demographic. And this demographic is where people go, oh my gosh, we did not save enough for retirement. And they start saving and they start driving up the stock market because they're investing. But then they move into the maximum social burden category where people retire and they start liquidating assets. They're no longer contributing to society as far as producing goods and services for society. They're living by selling their accumulated assets. Now, this is the demographic for 1940, and the baby boom has not started yet. Then we go to 1950, and you can see that when the soldiers came back from World War II, they started having lots of babies. Then we get into the 1960. I'm right in this demographic right here. So this is the 1960 census, and you can see this huge bump in the population. And as that bump moves through the population, we start getting this boom in the stock market in 1990 to 2000. And the boom continues with the real estate boom in 2007 and so on. That was because of this maximum spending demographic. And then we move to 2020, and here we've got the maximum savings demographic, but the future, you need to look at this maximum social burden here. This area becomes a greater percentage of the population than this maximum savings demographic. And so from now through 2030, this is the time when all of this happens, when this shift takes place. And even if people are not invested in IRAs, if they were just invested in the stock market, not inside of an IRA, this still will cause more sellers than buyers. Here it is again automated, and you can see that wave run through the economy. Now, the reason that there are no children here is they haven't been born yet, so we can't measure those. But we absolutely know how many people are going to be around in this category and this category during this period of time. So that's my take on things. What I said 2 weeks ago is accurate. It's a mandated stock market crash. The beginnings of it, the first effects, start this year, and it's going to accumulate every year. You have the people that were born in 1946 now reaching that age of 70 and a half, where they have to take mandatory distributions and every year liquidate part of their portfolio. But they're being joined by all of the people that don't have an IRA, and they aren't forced by government to sell. They're just forced by circumstances. I'm Mike Maloney. If you got anything from this video, please like it, share it, and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you next time. Thank you.